when I finally made a decision to come back to Springfield, place of my birth, I was asked to chair the committee, the subcommittee. Naturally, I began to think about the direction we wanted to move in and think about possibilities for a particular project. At about the same time, Raymond Harvey, an African American, had been selected to become the new conductor for the Springfield Symphony. And I began to see bits and pieces of information about him, and one which impressed me very much was about his willingness to go into areas where classical music is not heard too often and work with young people in those communities. I thought it would be an appropriate thing to honor him for the kind of service he was giving beyond what he was being paid to do. After a while, this idea began to form that we really should honor him. We were the appropriate body to do that. And so I began to seek approval to take this on as a project. It was intended to be just one event. If there was no long-range planning about it. It just happened, and people enjoyed the event very much. I was asked to continue it the next year, and from then on we just kept building it up, and it was expected that we would be honoring someone who had shown excellence in his or her career, but also had been very generous with their outreach to the community in various ways. So the Ubora Award became an annual event. We never dreamed that it would go on so long. One of the most gratifying aspects of the award has been the information we've been given from student applicants about their community service. It's been amazing because these are things you don't generally see in the newspapers. So not only are there many students in the Springfield schools who are doing excellently, they are also showing their generosity in ways that are quite outstanding. My hope is that we will be able to continue this and find ways to encourage more of this community service, as well as improved test scores and academic excellence. We will be letting the community know what we're going to do that's outstanding in the next years to come. Thank you.
When I received a letter notifying me that I was going to be honored with the Ubora Award, I have never been so overwhelmed in my life. And it has been one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to me, to be chosen amongst all of these distinguished people that I'm following I never thought I'd be awarded for doing something that I do every day and that I love every day. And here I was. And I have never forgotten how much it meant to me, how I feel about Ubora, and that this is its 25th anniversary and still going strong. So I can't say enough for those before me and those that will come after me to share in this type of program that Springfield has every year, and I hope it continues on to the next 25. I am so honored to have been chosen. I've never forgotten to do the very best that I can do in the community of Springfield to deserve this award. So I thank the committee that chose me, and I thank Springfield that I can serve it.
I felt pleased and honored, and I didn't feel that it was just something that I should have expected and hoped for. So it was a complete surprise when I received it. The award, anyway, the award represents something that's important, and I'm sure that people who were given the award prior to and in the future will not do so because they're expecting any kind of acknowledgement. It comes as at least surprise and they feel honored, and that's the way I felt. And also I just hope that the steering committee will continue this Ubora Award 25 years in the future. I mean, when we look back at 25 years, it was worth the effort of the volunteers, and I'm sure that it will hope. Anyway, I do hope that the Museum Library Association would continue the Ubora Award.
My name is Art Jones. When I received word that I was an Ubora winner, I was surprised. Not because I didn't realize the importance of the award, was that I was taught a long time ago, do what you have to do and be thankful. I was blessed to have a mother that instilled in me give service. I worked at the Boys and Girls Club back in the 50s and 60s, and the mentors there taught me how to give and be gracious about it. And the Ubora Award represents receiving recognition because you did something willingly, not because you want the award. And with the insight of the people that selected the winners, they see that in the quality of the people, and they see it in the young people with the new addition to their format. I'm pleased to be a winner of this award and the receiver of this award, and I pray to God that I continue to do the work that was given to me as a gift.
As a past executive director of an organization called Harambe Holiday, I, along with one of the co-founders, Jay Griffin, have a special appreciation for this award. Harambe means togetherness in Swahili. Ubora means excellence, and the two intertwine. I was very, very enthusiastic to receive the news that I was going to be a recipient of the Ubora Award, because that was an award being provided by my peers. I think it's very, very important to understand how important it is for Ubora to have enough foresight to celebrate the Ubora Award with the younger community, the up-and-coming leaders, as well as the more mature leaders. So to the Ubora Committee, I say congratulations on the 25th anniversary for promoting excellence in Harambe.
The three-syllable, five-letter word Ubora was somewhat new to me, but upon being notified that we would receive the Ubora Award from the Springfield Museum, I was elated. I learned also in the notification that Ubora means excellent. So I'm sure that my mother, my grandparents were shining down on us with thanks because some of their good works had been shown. As I also learned of people that had received the award before me, I knew that I was in good company. Ubora meant affirming. It meant strength. It meant, above all, gratitude. I felt very, very blessed, courageous, that we see in Joshua 1 and 9 and Psalms 31, 34 and 24. So I just had really, really a good feeling and hope that I can continue to live up to the standards of Ubora. What does the award mean to me in the community? I think Ubora is a beacon or light of beacon in our community that reminds us of excellence and helps us to reach our goals and helps us to get the prize.
When I first saw the invitation as an awardee for the Ubora, my first thought was, they must have sent it to the wrong person. But after doing a little research about the Ubora Award and what it stood for, I was really, really surprised and really elated in terms of being honored as an awardee. One of the things I think I mentioned during the ceremony was how important it is to support the local community, the local business in the community, in terms of keeping it revitalized and supporting small businesses. This is how we maintain the community and maintain the focus. So with that, I think it's still as important today as it was then. So I end by saying happy 25th anniversary to the Ubora Committee.
Greetings from Janet Troutman Simmons to everyone on the 25th anniversary of the Ubora Awards. When I returned from a trip to St. Paul, Minnesota back in 2006, where two of my children live, and I had made plans for my husband and I to move there, I was surprised to get a phone call from George Sheehy, a member of the subcommittee, informing me that I had been selected to receive the Ubora Award. I almost dropped the telephone. I was in such shock. When I eventually recovered, it came to my mind that perhaps the time I had spent volunteering for the projects I felt most dear to my heart was not wasted, nor was it unappreciated. It gives me a sense of pride that the community, which is rich with many people who will never be recognized, takes the time to share with our younger generations the fact that contributions to others are what helps to build a better world. I have attempted to transfer my efforts spent at home to Minnesota and have enjoyed my time serving on the board of Aon Minnesota Corporation for affordable housing, which is a real need all over the country. I wish a very happy anniversary to all recipients, and especially to the wonderful committee that works so hard to let the folks of Western Massachusetts know what the African American community is contributing.
When I received the call that I had received the Ubora Award, I think I probably blacked out for a couple of seconds because I couldn't believe it. I was so honored, I was so surprised, and I just kind of thought about all of the folks that have been honored before me. One of the most, I think, special parts about being honored with the Ubora Award is the fact that I share that distinction with my father, who is also an Ubora Award recipient. So it's very special to me for more than one reason, because it's an honor I get to share with my father, but also because it just basically is a culmination of some of the work that I've done in the community, and to think that people actually pay attention and they notice your works is just it's just an awesome achievement. With this being the 25th year, I'm so happy that it's still going on, and there's so many great people that have been added to the roster. What I love the most about being a Ubora Award recipient is the young people that I see. Whether I'm going to visit a school or if I'm in church, I see young people that say, hey, I saw you on the wall at the museum. It's refreshing to know that our young people go to the museum and obviously they're paying attention because they're remembering little old me. So to the Ubora committee that selected me, thank you so much. You have made me a part of history. I am so proud to represent my city and my community. And to all of the folks who will end up being on the wall, it's such a great distinction and honor. And God bless the committee, and thank you, Ubora Committee, for all of the outstanding work that you do to recognize people that are out there laboring in the vineyard that don't always get noticed. Thank you.
Greetings to all my friends in Springfield. I wish that I could be there with you for this special occasion. Congratulations to the African Hall Steering Committee for 25 years of recognizing contributions to the Springfield community. Wow, 25 years of presenting the Ubora Award. I can remember when I was informed that I would be a recipient of the award, how excited and proud I was to know this. Even today, I am still proud of the recognition for working in the Springfield community. Congratulations to you all, past and present Ubora Award recipients. Continue the good work.
Hello, I am Zee Johnson, owner of the Olive Tree Bookstore, and I'm also known as the Bookstore Lady. I am very happy to talk about the Ubora Award today because I received that award on behalf of my work with the Olive Tree Bookstore. It was indeed a privilege to be notified that I was a recipient for 2010. It was exceedingly pleased for me to receive the award because it was an unintentional notice, meaning that being recognized by your Springfield community on behalf of your work was truly a privilege. How do I feel about the 25th celebration? Well, I certainly feel that there were a number of people who were very talented and were excellent in terms of the Ubora Award who went before me. To name a few, there was Raymond and Denise Jordan, there was Albert and Gerry Garner, and many, many others that certainly I can't name, but there's a legacy here, and the legacy has continued for 25 years. I'm pleased to have been the 19th recipient of the legacy, and I expect many, many more to continue. Looking forward to what the Ubora Award offers in the future, and again, I'm proud to be a 2010 recipient of this award. Thank you.
25 years ago, I served on the African Hall Steering Committee, and when we instituted the first award to Maestro Raymond A, never did I envision that I would be one who would eventually be a recipient of this award. But 20 years later, when we were notified that we had been nominated and selected to receive the award, I was flabbergasted. But I was also honored because someone took note of what we were doing in the community and thought it was worthwhile to nominate us for the Ubora Award. And I feel honored still that we are following in the footsteps of so many people who came before us and those people who come behind us, and hope that the Ubora Award will continue to keep up the spirit and be models to the younger generation and other people to keep moving on.
You know, I think it's going to happen. My best friend, Catherine Wheeler, is no longer with us. She was my best friend from 11 years old. Came to visit for the first time ever. Wherever we lived, she'd never been able to make it, but she came to Springfield. And I brought her down to see the wall of Ubora recipients. While we were looking at the one, while she was reading it really, little third grader probably, or maybe even a fourth grader, I don't know exactly, but he was a little fellow.
was also reading with her. And she said, you know, she's the woman in that picture. He said, wow. And I think that's an illustration of what the young people are getting out of that wall.
My name is Katie Glasgow, and I was quite honored to receive the award. And it was very daunting because I knew I'd have to stand up in front of people and make a big speech or some speech. But I managed to get through that, and I thought it was very nice that someone actually thought enough of us to give us an award. I am the type of person who likes to be seen, not heard, or heard and not seen, or out of the picture altogether. I enjoy doing what I do, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. I am grateful to the people who came before me, and it'll be nice to know the people who come after me, way after me, that they'll have some wonderful ideas and do lots of different things.
I'm Robert Glasgow, and I was the 2013 recipient. And when I received the letter that we were going to be honored as Ubora representatives, I was very surprised, and not surprised because I said, geez, you do things and you think nobody notices, but they are. And also, when the other one, 25 years, we were in Ireland, and we were on a tour, Scotland and Ireland, and all the people who was on the trip surprised us by showing up at the Ubora Awards, and it really made my heart jump. We were both so surprised, and they learned that we were going to be honored because they were in Ireland and they saw it in the paper, and we were both straight. But I would like to truly say that I am honored to be here because I used to go to school and work, and some of the kids were going to say, Mr. Glasgow, we saw you on the wall, and it really makes your heart, you know. Thank you.
When I first received notification that I'd been nominated and selected to receive the Ubora Award for Excellence, I was deeply honored, humbled, and surprised, all wrapped up in one. And I was surprised because when you're focused on mission more so than the job, the last thing one is preoccupied with is receiving awards and recognition. The significance of receiving the Ubora Award is that it is not only recognition for the individual, it is also recognition for the body of work and the impact that work has had on the community through the efforts of the individual. So essentially what the Ubora Committee has accomplished is that they have found a way to celebrate and to recognize the legacy of individuals while they're still around to smell the roses. And I think that's awesome.